be something that needs a little fixing on Farpoint Farms.
Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains, North Carolina. Today, a quick review and a demonstration. This is the Mityvac MV6838. It's been around a while. I believe they're still making this exact model to this day, and I don't see why they wouldn't, because it just works. What is a vacuum brake bleeder? Well, it's not just a brake bleeder. In the video I'm going to show you here, which dates back to the first year I was there on YouTube, I did use it for bleeding brakes, and you certainly can use it for that, but it's used for a lot of other stuff as well. It's got about 1.5 quart reservoir here, and it hooks up to your air line, and that produces vacuum, which produces a draw. So I'm able to put hose attachments on here, and I can use it for one person brake bleeding. You flip this lever right here back and forth to allow the vacuum to pull fluid through. But what else can you use it for? And what I used it for a lot at my last job was doing flushes, doing services. Power steering systems require services every now and again. Then rather than hook up the rather large machine to it, I'd use this to empty the reservoir, put in some new fluid or cleaner, let it run for a while, suck that out, and perform flushes just using this by taking out about 1/3 of the system capacity at a time. There are ones that you can take, drop it down into a dipstick and pull oil out if you've overfilled a car, and transmission stuff too. If you overfill a transmission, a lot of times you put the hose down through the dipstick and pull it out. Now, a lot of modern transmissions obviously don't even have dipsticks, so it wouldn't be very useful for that. Those are the big things I've used it for, but let me tell you how this tool right here, which costs right around $100, a little bit more than $100 nowadays, how this thing saved me about 12 hours worth of labor. I have a Kubota BX. It's a BX series. It's the BX25. It's got a backhoe attachment on it, loader, the works. It is quite a process to get to the gas tank on that thing, and with this I was able to get in there and pull the trash that was stuck in the gas tank right out through the fuel line. It's a kind of a common issue on these things. Trash will get in with the diesel fuel, it filters to the bottom, and it's kind of a poor design, but Kubota has a little L right there where the outlet goes, and it's before the filter. So that trash gets to there, gets stuck in the L, and you don't have any diesel flow coming out of the tank. And so it could be a real problem. Yeah, you can take a hose and blow into it and blow the trash back up, but an hour or two later of use, and it's back down in there clogging that line up again. I was getting ready to take off the backhoe, the rear bracket assemblies, the seat, the rear part of the whole body of the back had to come off, and it's about an 8-hour job, give or take. And I was gonna have to do all that, then take the tank off, then lose all the fuel, and then pop all that stuff out, wash it out, and start over again, put it back together again. And I was not really looking forward to that. I got that thing up in the air one day, and I was getting ready to do that job, and I thought, man, maybe there's another way. And I thought about this. So I hooked it up, hooked it to the line, and pulled a vacuum on the fuel system, because I was getting just barely a dribble out of it at that point. Pow! It started sucking it through there, and it was flowing like crazy. So this thing, which took me 20 minutes to pull off the fuel line and hook this thing up, saved me that 8 to 10 hours worth of work. So it's a really cool product. Anyway, I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to go to the video of the old Beetle I had named Carl. It was a 74 Super Beetle. Beautiful car. I had done a disc brake upgrade, and I used this because my wife wasn't around to pump the brakes for me to help do a one-man bleed on it, and it works great. Till next time, my friends, take care. Okay, you can't really see me, but you can see I've just done a disc brake conversion on this car, and so I've gone to calipers up front, and I need to bleed it out. So I've got the master cylinder reservoir filled up, I've got the cap loose on it, and I'm going to go ahead and break the brake line loose. Okay. And once I've done that, I'm going to hook up the Mityvac, and there's a variety of different fittings for the end here. This is just my first choice. We'll see if this works. If not, you can always switch to a different one. Okay. Then, of course, you have to have a compressor. Compressed air is necessary for this item to work. Plug that in. And there we go. It should begin to pull vacuum here. And it's probably not showing up very well, but brake fluid has begun to flow through this line, which is what we're looking for. And to that end, this tool seems to work just fine, doesn't it? Very convenient. both for a homeowner, although probably a bit pricey for the homeowner. But for a mechanic at a shop that doesn't have an automated brake bleeder, this is it. You're a one-man show. You don't have to stop somebody else from what they're doing and go have them lend you a foot, so to speak, for the pump method of bleeding. Go ahead and shut that off. And I'll tighten this up. And that's it, we're done. So yeah, would I recommend it? Sure. I've used this thing for about 4 years now. I picked it up after one of my other co-workers had gotten one, and I thought it was pretty impressive, so I went ahead and got one myself. That's the Mityvac MV6838 vacuum brake bleeder. Works great for that, but like I said, you can also do trans work, differential work, power steering work, pretty much all around. It's a great fluid evacuator, and I recommend it.